A message to Justin Trudeau and provincial leaders. Most Canadians have patiently allowed their rights and freedoms to be violated during this pandemic, such as being imprisoned in their homes, being forbidden to travel outside their communities, forced into punitive and ineffective hotel quarantines, shutting down their businesses, often leading to bankruptcy, forced to wear masks that may be as little as 20% effective, and following arrows and standing on dots like pawns in the game of Twister. The Father Trudeau spearheaded Canada's new constitution in 1982 to protect Canadians' fundamental rights, but the Son repeatedly violates the very same constitution like an insolent child. This Prime Minister
has sucked for all Canadians.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic toward water bottles.
Come on!
Pandemic profiteer, President of Pfizer, Albert Bourla, is now recommending a fourth dose of Pfizer vaccine to protect against COVID. This is because the COVID vaccines have been mostly ineffective at preventing the spread of Omicron and new variants. What vaccine have you ever heard of requiring annual dose after dose after dose? Besides, what company would want to make a more effective vaccine when their profits have doubled? Are we doomed to require endless vaccinations to fight COVID? A study just published shows a steep drop in COVID antibodies only 2 months from receiving a Pfizer booster. Governments are failing miserably at controlling this virus because they seek to control people when they need to be focused on controlling the virus. Here is breaking news and medical research that you won't hear from your provincial health minister. 2 recent studies from the University of Oregon and the University of Waterloo confirm that natural cannabinoids found in cannabis marijuana effectively bind with the COVID spike protein and effectively prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus, including the Delta and Omicron variants. This binding effectively prevents COVID-19 from infecting other cells, which have ACE2 receptors, the receptor to which COVID enters. Other research suggests that eating unheated cannabis high in CBDs is more effective by keeping the cannabinoids as acids. A study in March of 2021 showed that epilepsy patients taking Epidiolex, a commercial prescription form of CBD, were 10 times less likely to contract COVID-19. Although not yet proven, one can infer from this study that a dosage of CBD equivalent to that of an epileptic may be around 90% effective at preventing COVID. Although not yet proven, anonymous scientists want you to know that cold atomizing cold-extracted CBDs in an indoor environment may be an effective way to prevent the spread of COVID, and masks may prove to be unnecessary in the future. CBDs are non-psychoactive, which means they don't get you high. Is this the first time you've ever heard of this? It's probably because Big Pharma cannot patent and profit from natural CBDs. Instead, Canadians have often received ridiculous advice such as recommending an outdoor gathering in colder than minus 25 degrees Celsius. Maybe the Alberta Health Minister hasn't heard of hypothermia and frostbite as health concerns as well. The longest cannabis prison sentence in the United States was 90 years for trafficking 100 pounds of this apparent medicine on a non-violent offender. CBDs still remain on Schedule 1 in the US along with cocaine and crystal meth, which category is reserved for drugs with no apparent medical value. The United States drug war is the most failed war in US history. The war failed because it is a war upon its own people.